Media Group.
Welcome to A Sandwich and Some Lovin'. I'm Kellie Raspberry Evans with my husband and longshoreman, Allen Evans.
A train in the house.
Yes.
Emphasize the long in longshoreman.
Well,
What's a longshoreman?
If I envision a longshoreman, it looks like a guy that's wearing what you have on your head that you have been sporting at home all week.
What's on my head?
You have a beanie that you're wearing rather high.
It's not unusual.
On your head.
It's winter.
And I don't really know why you started wearing it, but you've been wearing it at home in the house for about a week now.
Well,
and every time I walk in the room, he stares at me until I acknowledge it or comment or tell him what he looks like wearing it. I've come up with the robbers from Home Alone. That was my first thought when I saw you. You reminded me of a little Joe Pesci. And then I thought you look sort of like a longshoreman.
A longshoreman?
A longshoreman.
Like a sailor?
Like, you know,
or
a guy out
seaman.
There like that's on the sea.
A salty seaman?
Yes. I never used that term because I knew you'd go there with it.
Right.
And then I also said you reminded me, I thought what a yeoman would look like. But then I looked up yeoman images on the internet.
What's a yeoman?
And I don't know. I guess I was wrong. But that hat reminds me of yeomanship. So anyway, my husband's taken to wearing this hat nonstop. Except you have not worn it to bed, but I expect that's coming.
May I respond?
You may.
Number one, you're always hot. So
I am warmer natured than you are.
Yes. So therefore, the heater's never on here at Evans Manor. Or if the heater is on, it's in the mid 60s. So
nice and crisp.
Yeah.
I like, you have loungewear and you have comfy, cozy clothes, but the house has to be chilly in order to wear them. Otherwise, you are sweating.
So I get cold, and I figured, I was thinking to myself, the quickest way to stop heat from escaping your body is to put on a beanie.
Yeah.
Or is it a beanie? Is it a toboggan?
It's a beanie.
I looked
it up.
Is it a skull cap?
I looked it up. It's.
What do you call it?
I assumed it was a beanie. A beanie hugs the head, whereas a toboggan is longer and looser fitting and sometimes has a pom-pom.
This, if I can paint a visual picture, it's just a black beanie. It actually has a Harley-Davidson logo on the front of it, but I have it folded up so it's above my ears. And
you could be like a cat burglar.
Yeah, a little. It's got a little
back to
cat
the Home
burglar,
Alone Joe Pesci
cat burglar vibe to it. But I was telling Kellie, if you go fishing through the Evans family photos that are in my closet here, in the recording studio, in the closet down at the bottom of the closet, there's a big box, and in that box are hundreds and hundreds of photos that go back to the 40s.
Wow.
Yeah, there's black and whites. Like
that's almost a century ago.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's some old photos in there, babe. But a lot of them are of my grandpa Evans. And I think he'd go up in the summer. Every summer he'd go to Canada on a fishing trip. And I remember digging through that box and seeing pictures of my grandpa when he was younger. He would wear a hat exactly like this, and he would wear it
because he was
just like this.
He was cosplaying as a longshoreman.
He was not cosplaying. I may be cosplaying. He was not cosplaying.
Well,
so I just figured,
I'm glad you found something you love.
Why not wear it like this? Why not? It's old school.
Why not? But are we past the point where I have to comment every time you wear it?
Did you notice when the live studio audience was filing into the auditorium that I kept asking, does anybody notice anything different? Does anybody notice anything different?
What did they say?
Nobody noticed anything different
Really?
Except for my man Sam and Kellie de Placido.
Sam from New Zealand?
Sam from New Zealand.
I haven't heard from Sam from New Zealand for a minute. Hi, Sam in New Zealand.
I talk to Sam every day. We commiserate because his favorite NFL team is the Jets. And my favorite NFL team might be the Jets next year. It used to be the Cowboys.
Yeah, I think I'm going to next year pull for the Bills. I think that's going to be my team next year.
The Bills?
That Josh Allen, when they lost to Kansas City the other night, I just kept looking at him, looking at that scoreboard. And I know his story, how, nobody wanted him. And now he's the head quarterback and he's engaged to Haley Steinfeld. He just looks so nice and he does really fun commercials. And I think I'm going to just vote for the Bills next year.
It's hard to root against the Bills. Josh Allen,
such a nice guy.
every time I've seen him interviewed, I heard a lot about him. He seems like
so-
a very nice guy.
So gracious in defeat. Unlike
Yeah.
me, my mother reminded. We went to lunch the other day with our old neighbors, Linda and Shirley, and we were talking about, sportsmanship when it comes to gameplay. And my mother reminded everyone that I'm a horrible loser. And I am, I admit it.
Yeah, no fun to play.
I'm
games
not
with.
fun to play with. I do not like losing.
No,
I
no-
do
no
not
fun
like it at all.
No fun at all.
Not at all.
So we don't play.
So we don't. But anyway, back to football. We're
Yeah,
talking about-
back to football.
Yeah,
we
so
talk a little football.
we are gonna talk a little
we
football.
Talk a little football. Football.
So I'm gonna So I'm going on record. I still would love the Cowboys to just come back and have a great season because that is my team. But next year I'm gonna be side hustle rooting for the Bills.
Okay. Well, I told everybody on last podcast, the podcast before, I was lopping that branch off. The Cowboys were a branch that I was lopping off.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to stick to that.
Okay, good.
Because they made a decision. I don't know if you can hear this. Good, strong, dear,
There's
sweet,
a
clean listener.
massive
I don't know
storm.
if it's like, is there like a typhoon outside right now?
That lightning hit very close to
Is
our
that-
house just then.
Is that like a cyclone winter blast or what's going on?
I don't know. I was asking Alan, is this normal to have like these big thunderstorms in the winter? I don't know. That was really close though, y'all.
Anyway, they did something this week that further reinforced my decision to lop that branch off. And we're going to talk about it a little bit, but it won't all be me bitching about the Cowboys. I turned to technology this week to try to answer some very deep questions that I have about this team that nobody seems to be able to answer. So I thought, why not turn to AI?
Well,
let me turn to AI and I'll ask AI.
yeah, we got to embrace it, use it for good, hopefully. But you were saying that if the Cowboys are going to go down, you want them to go out go all out clown show. Do you feel like you did say that.
I did say that.
So do you feel like that's what's happening?
No,
No.
that's not what's happening.
Okay.
No. See, full on out clown show would have been hiring Deion Sanders and Jerry paying the University of Colorado $8 million, which was the buyout to get Deion, and then hiring Jason Witten and bringing back some old Cowboys to help coach, and then drafting Shedeur Sanders in the draft, Deion's son, to come play for. That would have been full on
That would have been
out
clown show.
Cowboys clown show. But they decided to hire a fella that's on the staff, and he was one of the assistants, but he's never been a head coach in his 25 years of coaching.
Well, everybody's got to be a head coach sooner or later. They were never a head coach before then. Whenever you're hired as a head coach, you weren't a head coach ever until that moment.
True. Good rebuttal, babe, because Tom Landry, when he took the Cowboys job in 1960, had never been a head coach.
There you go.
Had never been a head coach.
There you go.
Now, what was different between Tom and this guy, his name is Brian Schottenheimer.
A hat?
One big difference.
A very cool
Yeah,
hat.
Yeah, Tom Landry wore a fedora.
Yeah.
He did.
We're very into hats.
Brian Schottenheimer has been described as a career journeyman or a career assistant.
What kind of hat does a journeyman wear?
A hat like mine. In fact, when Jerry announced this on 9 p.m. on Friday night, which is when the least big stories get announced, so that ought to tell you something. He didn't want anybody to really make a big deal about this.
Right. Thinking it would all blow over.
Right.
By the next morning.
His statement said, Brian is known as a career assistant coach. He's not that anymore. He's Brian. He's head of the Dallas Cowboys.
There you go.
What in the hell does that even mean?
I don't know. But maybe this is a genius move and we just haven't seen it yet. I don't know this man enough to scoff at it.
Okay. I could go on and on and on. I guess the bottom line is
I'm pulling for the Bills next year.
Yeah.
Still hoping the Cowboys do very, very well.
right. And the guy that the Cowboys hired does not have, I'm sure he's a very nice man. I'm not disputing he's a nice guy. I'm not saying he's not a nice guy. I'm not saying he shouldn't have taken the job. He absolutely should have taken the job.
If you were offered it, you would take it.
I would take the job. I'm about as qualified. Well, I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that. I wouldn't go that far. But they hired a guy who was an assistant who wasn't even calling the plays. Big Mike was calling the plays to be the head coach, and he's going to call the plays next year. I just sense further disaster. Okay. Yeah. So I've been so...
It's going to go one way or the other.
I've been so distraught about this, and I have been blowing up my social media with anti-Cowboy stuff. In fact, I have a friend who was like, dude, you've turned into like the anti-Cowboys influencer.
Yeah. I guess that could be a bit as long as it pays.
Oh, there's a lot of bits that people do that.
If you can find a way to make money off that, that'd be great.
Anti-Cowboys guys that's not a new bit. That's been a bit forever, but it's a new bit for me because I've put up with it for freaking my entire life, most of my life. So I turned to AI this week, and I'm like, what is wrong with these people? What is wrong with them? Here's exactly what I typed into ChatGPT.
This was your prompt.
This was my prompt. I said, what are the reasons the Dallas Cowboys haven't been to an NFC Championship game since 1995?
Wow. That's hard to believe.
It's a hard question to answer.
It's one thing to say you haven't been to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not even a championship game.
Yeah.
Right. So AI gave me a very thoughtful answer. And I had another friend, she DM'd me today. And she goes, me and my husband were talking about, we've been reading your stories, and we agree with a lot of this. She goes, what are your opinions about why this has happened? We just can't figure it out. We just assume it's Jerry, but we don't, we just don't really know. And I said, here's my opinion. I'm not on the inside, but this is my opinion. It kind of lines up with what AI is saying.
Oh, so you're saying you are just as intelligent as artificial intelligence.
I'm not saying that, but she said, wow, that was a very thoughtful answer, Alan. Thank you very much for taking your time. I recorded my answers and sent it to her because it was so much. I couldn't type it all.
You had to give her a voice memo.
I gave her a voice memo.
You are going to love Legacy Box. Becoming a parent changes how you look at memories. While we're savoring and saving every moment with our kids, suddenly you start to realize a lot of important memories from our childhood. They're trapped on VHS tapes, camcorder tapes, photo albums, crammed into boxes labeled "Do Not Throw Away" and shoved into an attic. Those are at risk of being destroyed by heat, moisture, disaster, time. And once they're gone, they're gone. That's why you need Legacy Box now. They are the world's largest digitizer of home movies and photos. And the process is so simple. They send you a Legacy Box and you fill it up with old VHS tapes, pictures, film reels, slides, DVDs, whatever you've got. Their team in Tennessee carefully digitizes it all by hand. They send you back the originals plus digital files on the cloud or a thumb drive. Ordering a Legacy Box is one of the best things I've done for my family because now instead of just telling my kids about that crazy vacation I took to the mountains when I was a kid, I get to show them and relive it with them. And right now, during Legacy Box's Father's Day sale, you can save big while preserving your family's history. Visit legacybox.com/sandwich to get started today. That's legacybox.com/sandwich. It's the little things that make a big difference in how I feel. Now, for me right now, it's about stretching. I didn't realize how stiff I was until I started doing it. I love when I can stretch a little further than before. It makes me feel refreshed when I'm done. And a little makeup refresh can make all the difference too with Thrive Cosmetics, my go-to clean makeup routine year-round. Now, of course, their Brilliant Eye Brightener and Stella Champagne is always in my makeup bag. Actually, I need to reorder more. I'm almost out. But it comes in 32 shades, and the Shenna Mint Green Shimmer looks really fun for summer. Their Empower Matte Precision Lipstick Crayon, it's really amazing. It gives you a beautiful color that lasts without feeling dry. They have 18 buildable shades, and I love the Dusty Rose Kaisa color. I think that's how you pronounce it. But the best part, for every product you buy, Thrive donates products and funds to help communities thrive. So far, they've given over $150 million in products and cash to over 600 giving partners. This is beauty with purpose. Amplify your summer look with Thrive Cosmetics. Go to thrivecosmetics.com/sandwich for an exclusive 20% off your first order. That's Thrive Cosmetics, CAUSEMETICS.com/sandwich.
Okay, but here's what ChatGPT said. And I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to read
That's
all
a lot.
Because it's a lot. I'm just going to hit the high
points.
points.
You do the bullet points?
The first big reason is ownership and front office issues.
Okay, that would be Jerry Jones.
That would be Jerry Jones.
What would the front office issues entail?
Jerry
just all the
Jones's
management?
Jerry Jones's influence and lack of a strong general manager.
Well, he is the general manager.
Exactly.
Okay.
And when you suck as a general manager, but you also happen to be the owner, you can't get fired.
Right.
Okay. Number 2, coaching instability and mediocrity. Since Jimmy left after the 93 season, the Cowboys have had Switzer, Campo, Parcells, Wade Phillips, Garrett Top, and now Mike McCarthy, and now Brian Schottenheimer. Lack of long-term coaching stability has hurt.
Well, what is the average stay for an NFL coach? I don't know.
It's about 3.5 years.
Okay, well, then that could be said of every other NFL team as well.
But better teams seem to have a little more stability. Just like when a CEO is running his company really good, he ain't going to stay there 2 years. He's going to stay there as long as he can, as long as they're making money and they're on the uptick, right?
It's like radio.
Exactly.
I'm not going anywhere till they kick me out.
There you go. Number 3, quarterback and roster issues. So post Troy Aikman struggles, the Tony Romo era, and then the Dak Prescott era.
Yeah. Are those the only 2? Yeah.
Well, no. Before
Troy,
there was Roger.
No, I'm talking after Troy. There's only been 2 quarterbacks since Troy.
No. After Troy, you had Quincy Carter, Chad Hutchinson, Vinny Testaverde, Drew Bledsoe.
They were our head quarterbacks?
Those were our quarterbacks until they found Tony Romo.
Wow, I don't even remember that.
That's because they were bad. They were sorry. So they're saying, the AI is saying the post-Troy Aikman struggles, the Tony Romo era, where he threw for a gazillion yards but could never win the big game.
Yeah.
Same with Dak. Number 4, playoff failures and tough competition. The Cowboys have had a few playoff appearances, but have fallen short in key moments. Remember when Tony fumbled that extra point and he picked it up, tried to run it in against Seattle, got tackled, they lost by 1.
Sort of, maybe.
Remember the catch in Green Bay against the Packers, and Dez Bryant caught the ball, but they ruled it incomplete.
Yeah, I remember a lot of people talking about that.
Remember Dak Prescott running and spiking the ball with no time on the clock? Time expires against the 49ers.
I seem to remember that too.
Yeah. Stuff like that. And then number 5, defensive struggles and lack of complete teams. So AI broke this down to historically weak defenses. And then number 6, penalties and discipline issues. The Cowboys are consistently ranked among the most penalized teams in the league in recent years.
Those are very good reasons.
So,
and this is based on a bunch of opinion-based articles, I would imagine, or maybe statistics. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know where artificial intelligence gathers all of its information.
It learns.
I fell for that crap where there's all these things going around at the beginning of the year. They say, I told AI, ChatGPT, whatever, my, goals and stuff, and I'm crying. It was so beautiful what I read. And I was like, okay, let me see, because I'd like to cry over my vision for my future. So the prompt was, ask ChatGPT 20 questions and then answer them, and then it will give you the vision. And I'm like, I got about 9 questions, and I'm like, this is stupid. So then I changed it to my prompt to answer 10 questions. And so it asked me these questions and I answered them. And then it just basically repeated all my answers back to me. I didn't cry at that. That was stupid. It's exactly what I just said.
I find it very helpful. I mean,
It can be, but that vision thing was crap.
I was just goofing around with this Cowboys thing.
The vision thing was crap.
I ask it to, like when I'm writing YouTube copy.
Yeah, it can be very helpful.
If I have
an article, and I've got Showbiz Top 5 to do, and I've got an article that is, paragraph after paragraph after paragraph, and I don't have time, I'll plug it in there and say, summarize it for me. And that way I can
Isn't that great?
Yeah, that's great, because I can get the gist of it really quick, because sometimes it leaves out important stuff. So you can't I've seen a lot of like websites and stuff, news organizations, and I know a lot of people are cutting budgets and cutting people, and they're doing the best they can, but they'll throw up an AI generated story. And it's like, somebody needed to proofread that. That was pretty bad, but it is getting better.
Dear sweet, clean listener, I'm just posing a question for you. Cause I was talking to my mom and dad the other day about, there's 2 things that my dad say befuddle him. And I understand AI and cryptocurrency.
Yeah, I don't get it. We better get it.
Those are the two things he says befuddles him more than anything.
Yeah. We better get on board with it because I think that's kind of like the way maybe we'll be dead before it's fully
So
enforced.
I'm kind of like joking with my dad. I'm like, yeah, Dad, wait till AI becomes self-aware. And he's like, what is that?
I don't know what is that.
I said, you self-aware? I said, like the Terminator, man. The Terminator, they predicted this stuff in the 80s.
Yeah.
AI becoming self-aware
So
and
you think
taking
we're
over.
heading for an apocalyptic future?
I don't know. Is it impossible? No. Is it going to happen while you and I are around? No. That ain't happening anytime soon.
I don't want that to happen for my daughter, Emma Kellie.
Well, yeah.
Speaking of my daughter, Emma Kellie, she's 18 now. And somebody sent me a video about when you're, before your child goes off to college or whatever, you need to get some sort of power of attorney thing because now she's considered legally an adult. And if something, heaven forbid, happens and she is in the hospital and cannot speak for herself, I have now, I don't know, this is just what I saw on the internet. And they said that, I wouldn't have any right to, have any of her information or to make any medical decisions for her because I wasn't granted a power of attorney. So that's something kind of scary that I hadn't thought about. So I think it was at lunch the other day with Linda, and then somebody, your phone picks up on stuff you're talking about, and then I started getting stuff like that. So anyway, I called our friend Michael P, and he's going to help us out with that. So I'm going to look into that. I'll give y'all, if y'all have kids that are getting ready to turn 18 and fly the coop and go to college, this might be helpful information for all of y'all as well. We're also going to update our wills. We haven't done that in a minute.
Why do you want to do that all of a sudden?
You told me we needed to update our wills.
No, we do.
So I need to do that. It's been a long time. We did like one of those online things, but since we've got to do a power of attorney for McKellie, we might as well just do the whole. Not that our wills aren't legal, right? No,
they're legal. They were just done like 7 years ago. It's time to update them.
Yeah, I told my parents. It took me forever, and you have to ask your parents to. It's hard conversations to have, but you don't wait and have those conversations when things are bad. You have to have them when things are good. And I just told them flat out. I said, I don't care if you write something down on a cocktail napkin. I just want to know what you want because I don't want my brother Ryan and I to be, guessing what you would want. So I think I have not read the will. I say I'll read it when I have to, but I think from what I understand, my mother gave my brother the right to pull the plug, and my daddy gave me the right to pull his plug. I think that's how it worked out. Isn't that crazy? That's so crazy. But you have to have those conversations.
One of our a tough conversation to have would be one of our oldest podcast listeners has in the live studio audience has mentioned. What do you think would happen, or ask the question, what do you think would happen to Larry if something happened to Kellie?
Well, I think you would feed him and occasionally remember to give him his medicine. Not every day, but you would occasionally remember to do that. And he would just live the majority of his days in his kennel.
It's not true.
Because he knows you don't love him.
That's not true.
You don't love him.
That's not true.
That's the truth, Alan.
If you were
when I was in Florida last week and I called
goodness.
Alan, I was like, "Where's Larry?" In his kennel, in his crate, where he's been the majority of the time.
And just to clarify, the door is
always open.
Wide open.
It's always open.
Wide open.
He loves being in there. But has he come out at all, Alan? Nope, haven't seen him. Wonder why.
I don't know. If you weren't here, I think Larry and I would probably put on that leash for the last time and go for a long walk out in the country somewhere, just me and Larry.
I'm going to.
And I might take a sidearm just in case we see a coyote. Just in case.
I'm going to reach out, now that we're redoing our wills, I'm going to reach out to a potential godmother for Larry and say, should something happen to me, it's going to be in my will. No. You're not getting Larry.
Oh my goodness.
You're not getting Larry. No. It's just, that's the way it has to be. I don't trust you. I don't.
Wow.
I do not.
Wow.
I do not.
Wow.
Yeah.
So if Larry died,
you don't love him.
So if you
would take care of his basic needs when you remember, and he would not get the love and affection that I give him. I need to find somebody, Shanda. I'm going to reach out to Shanda. She's a crazy dog person. She will love that dog Yes.
I refuse.
It's my will.
Doesn't matter. He's my dog too. So now what are you going to do?
We'll see about that. Well, there's going to be some negotiations to be had.
Okay, first of all, if I can rebut this point, that
what I have hours and hours of tape of podcasting
of what?
of you joking about taking Larry for a long walk.
That's what it is. It's a joke.
But therein lies little seeds of truth, little kernels of truth.
Larry would be well taken care of.
He would be fed.
He would be fed.
He would not be loved.
He would be walked. He'd be fine. Larry would be fine.
Well, you know what? I'll be dead, so it won't really.
Exactly.
You just tell me.
Exactly.
You know, speaking of Emma Kellie getting ready to go to college, so we were supposed to go on a double date this past Saturday with a friend of mine. I think she's kind of mad at me. I don't know. But Emma Kellie, like the day before we're supposed to go on this double date, says, "Mom, I'm meeting two." Oh, she's got 3 roommates she's picked out. They want to be in a quad situation. They all go on this Instagram. That's the way colleges are doing it now. And they all DM each other and meet people they'd like to room with. At least that's what the girls are doing. I don't know if the guys are doing it. Only thing I've seen on this has all been girls. So anyway, I called my friend and I was like, I'm really sorry, but Emma Kellie just surprised me. Emma Kellie said their moms are coming. One of the girls lives in Waco. One lives in Fort Worth. The other lives in Arkansas, so she can't come. They're going to University of Arkansas. And she goes, we're all going to go to North Park Mall, and we're all going to meet, and the moms are going to be there. And I said, oh, but I'm supposed to go on a double date with my friend to watch a movie. And Emma Kellie's like, I was like, I know that sounds really bad. So I had to cancel the movie to go and see my daughter's new roommates and meet their moms. So that's what we did. The girls are lovely, just
Good.
Lovely. I really like them. Both of them have long-term boyfriends. Emma Kellie's like, y'all can be my wing woman in college. Their mothers were just as nice as can be. We go to eat Mexican food and we're all sitting down. And I'm still in like getting back from Florida vacation mode. And I'm like, anybody want to have a glass of wine? And nobody did. And I was like, I had a glass of wine. I have to let the moms know how what the situation is. So I had a glass of wine with my lunch. I was like, Emma Kellie can drive me home because we live right here. So anyway, we met all the moms, well, the 2 of the 3 moms, and I met 2 of the 3 roommates. And I'm like, this stuff is getting real. And then while we're there, Emma Kellie's talking about wanting to rush a sorority. And so this one girl, one of her quad mates said, we use this Rush the Hill service. So we signed up for that to help Emma Kellie, find the right sorority. So this stuff is like, it's happening whether I don't love it, but it's happening. And so after we were coming back from this lunch and I reached over and Emma Kellie's, listening to her music. I let her play whatever she wants in the car. And I reach over and I put my hand on her leg and she didn't pull away. And I was like, I think she's realizing, I think her dad's been talking to her too about how hard this is going to be for me. And so she's letting me touch her a little bit more, which is nice.
It is nice, man.
I told her, I said, I'm really going to be sad. I was like, I'm really excited for you. But yeah, I said, this is going to be really hard. And I said, you need to be a little gentle with me these next few months. We were talking about her graduation party, what she wants and things like that. So big doings coming up. So if I seem a little funky, mood-wise, energy-wise over these next few months, it's because I am.
We don't want you to be funky.
Well, my sister-in-law, Lori, gave me a book for Christmas about moms facing empty nest syndrome, which is a very real thing. And I just haven't brought myself to read it yet because I don't think I'm ready to face it yet. But it's coming.
Yeah.
But I try to remind myself of what I was like. I mean, it's been many, many years since I went to college as a freshman. But I remember I was being so excited, and my parents took me to college. I was like, bye. See ya, bye. And I was so excited that I wasn't really taking my parents' feelings into consideration. And it's not that I didn't love them. It was just I was more excited than I was thinking about them. So I know Emma Kellie loves me, and it's not that. But I also remember about Thanksgiving, I started getting homesick. Mm-hmm. So I'm hopeful that she is a little homesick, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, big doings. We don't want you to feel funky. We don't want you to feel like that.
Thank you, honey. Just keep wearing that hat. And I'll just look at you and forget about everything else.
Yeah.
And try to come up with cute little nicknames for you.
Somebody has to come up with some humor in here.
Yeah, I'm not the funny one. It's Allen.
You're funny.
Thanks, honey. That's the best compliment I can receive.
So our live studio, speaking of funny, our live studio audience is always very, very funny.
They are.
If I can review some of the notes that they're...
Your vision's very good if you can read from here. I can't see squat.
That they're passing me. Someone says, set up a trust for Larry. I've noticed that only Zoe gets to be in pictures. Larry's never in any pictures. Has anyone seen Larry? Can we get a proof of life photo?
I put the dogs... Allen doesn't like them running around when we're doing the podcast because every once in a while they start barking. I find it charming and, just ambiance, but Allen thinks it's distracting.
Is it your goal in life on this podcast to basically make me out to be a combination of Darth Vader, Beelzebub,
Longshoreman,
Brutus, the bully in Popeye, who picked on a longshoreman? Just a combination of all three of those guys.
No, I don't mean to do that. I'm sorry, honey. But it is true. He makes me lock up the dogs during the podcast.
Someone else says, poor Larry. Good point. Haven't seen a proof of life photo lately. Lord knows Allen won't post a photo. See what you've done? See what
what I've done.
Yes. Our live studio audience this is, you know what this is? This is a witch hunt. It's a witch hunt.
Well, it's not much of a hunt. We already found him. All right, y'all. Allen and I made him watch something the other night, and I think he really, really liked it. I could tell I was like, I have to be extra bubbly when I'm trying to get him to do something that I really want to do. And I'm just like, this is going to be so great. And it was SNL. This year is their 50th anniversary and they've been doing all these things on Netflix and stuff like that. I said, Allen, this is going to be so great. It's a documentary that Questlove, who is the band leader for Jimmy Fallon's Tonight Show band, he has done this documentary about the music from the past 50 years of SNL. And when he was doing this documentary, he went back and watched every single episode, 50 years worth of episodes to curate this documentary. And we sat down and I could tell you were kind of like, I'm going to sit here, but you really liked it, didn't you? Wasn't it really good?
Well, I don't think I started like, I'm going to sit here.
Well, I mean, you're like, you were going to passively watch, but I think you really got into it.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
It was really good.
It was really good.
It was neat. It was
neat seeing a lot of the acts that you can remember from your teen years or 20s.
You can go, if you did not see it, you can go to Questlove's Instagram, and he posted the opening montage. It's like this 7-minute or so clip of all these mashups, which was really good. That hooked you right at the beginning. Saw these really great like if you go to a dance club and they mash songs together, that's what it was like. But it was featuring all the performers. And let's see, it said, he captioned it, most people know my Soul Train obsession. I'm not familiar with Mr. Questlove's Soul Train obsession, but this is how he captioned it. He said, but most don't know my SNL obsession. From 1975 to 1981, Soul Train would come on at 1 a.m. after SNL. Thank God my family was hip enough to let their 5-year-old kid wake up at 12:30 a.m. to watch his favorite show. It was a half hour early because most of my favorite musicians are on SNL. Oh, so he got up at 12:30 to watch the 1 a.m. Okay. So eventually Soul Train got love in Philly and a normal time period like the rest of America, but I always stayed loyal to watching SNL to this day. So this project was a no-brainer because I know this show like the back of my hand, so every second of this doc is a love letter of sorts. And he shared the cold open, which I said was like 7 minutes. So good. If you didn't get to catch it the other night on NBC, it's streaming now on Peacock. It's called... Ladies and Gentlemen, 50 Years of SNL Music. That's what it's called. It's so good. And it's not just about the music. It's also about how the comedy and the music works together.
A lot of behind the scenes stuff.
a lot of really interesting stuff about some of the acts they would bring on. Not always, big hits, some really obscure stuff. It talked about, you remember the Ashley Simpson. I don't think you were familiar with that. You kind of knew about the Ashley Simpson.
I knew about it, but I didn't know all the details.
But then we saw it, and I hadn't seen it since it aired originally, that I forgot just how awkward it really was.
Ooh.
When the drummer, her voice, she decided she didn't want to sing live. She was going to lip sync. And the drummer played the wrong track and she just walked off. It was like the only time that's ever happened in SNL history.
They just went to commercial.
It was awful.
Oh.
And then they talked about, they did when Kanye went off on that when he was like one of his manic episodes and just kept talking and talking and talking. And that was when he was supporting Donald Trump during that last election. And, everybody on SNL is not a Donald Trump fan. They were all just standing there rocking and staring at the floor. They were all so uncomfortable. They played that. They talked about the Lonely Island Boys. And you remember they do those parody songs, and Justin Timberlake did that, D in a box thing. They explained how that came to happen. It was just really, really interesting behind the scenes stuff. You can't scroll your phone for more than 30 seconds without seeing somebody talking about GLP-1s. Maybe you've been close to trying them, but you're not a needle person, or maybe you're looking for a natural alternative. Well, let me introduce you to our podcast sponsor, Veracity. Their Metabolism Ignite. It's a natural plant-based GLP-1 alternative that is doctor recommended and clinically proven to help reduce hunger. Just 2 capsules with breakfast every morning. It's all you need. And one of the first things I noticed was I wasn't thinking about food all day. That food noise you always are constantly battling. Metabolism Ignite has no allergens, no caffeine, no negative side effects, and we love that. It's shown to reduce hunger by 85% and clinically proven to help lose an average of 9 pounds in 90 days. We really love that. Look, this stuff is sold out 10 times for a reason. So before it sells out again, make the switch to GLP-1s the natural way. Head to veracityhealth.co and use sandwich for up to 65% off your order. Once again, that's VERACITY health.co for up to 65% off. Make sure you use our promo code SANDWICH so they know we sent you. I don't think I've ever talked about it on this podcast before, but one day I was walking past the windows going upstairs and I noticed this greasy cooking smell. You know what I mean? It turns out it was our blinds. Something about the sun was breaking them down over the years. And who knows how long they were there before we bought our house. We needed new blinds bad, and that's what led me to 3-Day Blinds. I absolutely loved how easy they made the whole process. They send a professionally trained design consultant to your home. It's a free, no obligation, same-day quote. And they've got thousands of options to fit any budget and style. It's not just blinds. They've got shades, shutters, drapery too. 3-Day Blinds even has those motorized smart blinds that work with Alexa. Those are so cool. They take all the measurements. They handle the installation too. And it's perfect because I'm not handy. And what a difference it's made. This is an upgrade that makes your whole house feel refreshed and polished without having to do a big renovation. Right now, get quality window treatments that fit your budget with 3-Day Blinds. Head to 3dayblinds.com/sandwich for their buy one, get one 50% off deal on custom blinds, shades, and drapery. For a free, no charge, no obligation consultation, just head to 3dayblinds.com/sandwich. One last time, that's buy one, get one 50% off when you head to the 3dayblinds.com/sandwich.
After 9/11, that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, the first show back after that.
Prince's first performance in like 81. That was that was really cool.
It's so
that
cool, y'all.
Cool.
Even if you don't care about 90% of the acts, it's just interesting, the history that's really cool.
It really is. I didn't realize Metallica had been on SNL once, and it was in 92.
Yeah, and they just did they did like this whole segment where they were just introducing, ladies and gentlemen, Metallica, Duran Duran. They're just like rattling them off. So they didn't feature, how could they possibly feature over 900 acts? But they did feature some really, really good ones. Some I was like, I wish they, hadn't done that one, but interesting.
3 hours long.
That was a little, I was like, I thought it was going to be 2 hours. And so I was like mentally prepared.
It was a lot.
At the end of, and then was like, they're going to commercial break and this doesn't feel like the end. And then they came back and I was like, oh Lord, another hour. So it's 3 hours. So it's a good streamer because you can walk away and come back.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was definitely worth watching for sure.
Yeah. So anyway, there was that. And also I wanted to tell Allen, every once in a while, I used to be able to get him to watch Top Chef with me.
Oh, yeah.
It's coming back.
Is that with Bobby Flay?
No, this is with Tom Colicchio and the guy that says, "Thank you, chef. Thank you, chef."
Oh, those real pretentious people?
Yeah. It's fun. Well, this year it's going
Dude, you just beat that salmon.
Yeah.
Thank you, chef.
Thank you, chef.
Thank you, chef.
So you had fun watching it with me once. So I wonder if you'll do it again, especially now that you know season 22 is going to take place in Canada.
Good eye, mate. Why would I care if it's in Canada?
Because you went to Canada and you were like so excited about Canada, you wanted to learn French.
Yeah. Well, that was Quebec. It's like different than Canada. No, where in Canada is it? Do you know?
Well, I've got a little bit here. I wrote some notes. So it said it's set in Canada. It's going to feature 15 chefs competing in various Canadian cities.
Oh, okay.
And this article just listed Toronto, Calgary, Montreal, Prince Edward Island. I don't know where else. They'll feature Canadian cuisine like poutine, which is deep fried French fries, poutine gravy, and white cheddar cheese curds all tossed together.
I had it when I was up there. That stuff will bloat you more than the 3 helpings of spaghetti and meat sauce I had tonight.
Well, I'm glad you liked it. Well, I was like, it says poutine is made with poutine gravy. I'm like, well, okay, what's poutine gravy? So I actually looked it up. Here's the simple recipe. This is the simple poutine gravy recipe, if anybody is interested. 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. I don't know how many servings this is for this particular recipe. 3 tablespoons cornstarch, 2 tablespoons water, 6 tablespoons unsalted butter, 1/4 cup of unbleached all-purpose flour, 20 ounces of beef broth, 10 ounces of chicken broth, and pepper to taste.
Well, then you can you throw any kind of meat you want in there.
No, not for this recipe.
Well, not the gravy.
It's deep fried.
In the poutine,
it's fries, poutine, and cheddar cheese curds.
Right, that's just the basic. They throw meat and stuff in there.
Oh, well,
there's like a million.
That's the simple poutine recipe.
It's like gumbo. Like you can have different kinds of gumbo, you know?
Anyway, this year, season 22, it starts March 13th on Bravo. And they're going to supersize the episode. So instead of 60 minutes, they're going to be 75 minutes each. Why? I don't know. Is that necessary, Bravo? Can't you do it all? Can't you do it in an hour?
I only want to watch it.
To get Allen to sit down.
I only want to watch it if the judges are super judgy, super pretentious,
yes,
and really rude to the chefs.
No, they're not rude to the chefs too much.
Are you kidding me?
But they are going to have like some celebrity judges come in, and in the trailer, Michael Cera is one of them because, unbeknownst to me, he is Canadian.
Good night, mate.
So I'm assuming there'll be other famous Canadian people that will pop up. What else? It's really about Padma Lakshmi or whatever's no longer there. This woman I really like, Kristen Kish. She won season 10. She's so great. She took over for Padma. She'll be there. Padme. They're playing for $250,000, $125,000 flight credit. What a random prize is that? $125,000 flight credit. Would you spread that out, or would you blow it all on like first class back and forth to Europe 2 times?
Europe?
Or wherever.
I don't know. I don't know what I would do with that. Go back and forth to Hawaii a bunch of times?
Yeah, $125,000. You could probably burn through it pretty quick.
You'd burn through that pretty quick.
Anyway, I would like to watch Top Chef with you, honey.
Okay, Top
Chef. Starting March 13th.
Yeah, could watch a little Top Chef. It'd be all right.
And one quick PSA before we wrap up. Valentine's Day is coming up. And I looked at Allen and I said, you want to do something for Valentine's Day? We're really romantic. You want to do something? He's like, yeah, we could do something. Well, where would you like to go? I don't know. Didn't you say something about going to Ruth's Chris? Yeah, let's see Ruth's Chris. Ruth's Chris.
Chris's?
Ruth's Chris. Ruth's
Chris's or
Ruth's Chris?
Chris.
It's
Steakhouse.
Ruth's Chris.
I get angry every time I try to say it because I don't know what's the right way.
This is the one where they bring your steak on a piping hot platter with butter, and it spits and sizzles on you.
Extra butter.
So this is where Allen always loved to go. Before he met me, he'd go there. It was his special occasion restaurant. I remember when you got a job promotion, that's where you took me for the first time, was to Ruth's Chris.
You took me.
Yeah, because that was your favorite. That was your favorite. So
Yeah.
I said, we're going to go. That's right. I took you to your job promotion. But when we got engaged on the Saturday before Valentine's Day. Allen tricked me. It's a long story. I'll maybe tell it later. But that Valentine's Day, so we got engaged on the 11th, but on the 14th, we went to Ruth's Chris. So anyway, I said, well, why don't we going to Ruth's Chris for Valentine's? So I went. The only reservation for dinner was like at 3:00 in the afternoon on Valentine's because it's on a Friday night. I was like, well, we're not doing that. So we're going to actually go and do our Valentine's dinner on the 11th because that's the anniversary of our engagement.
Yeah.
Why not? Right? It's still going to be just as romantic as you can
Sure.
imagine we are at this point in our marriage. Are you going to wear that hat? Will they let you wear that hat in Ruth's Chris?
I may wear this hat. And hopefully you react just like that.
Especially if you sit there and stare at me.
What's wrong with my hat?
Comment.
What's wrong with my hat?
You will literally stare at me until I say something every time.
That's because you won't say anything.
Do it on purpose.
You came
So
in the
anyway,
other
we're
day
doing
and you looked right at me. You didn't say a word.
My point is, if you haven't made Valentine's reservations, you are screwed. Do it, or just go someplace that nobody goes for Valentine's. They don't think of it as a romantic restaurant. You know where we went last year for Valentine's Day? Do you remember? Fogo.
Yeah, that's right.
Fogo to show. We went to the meat bonanza.
Oh, because it was packed. Remember how packed it was?
We could not believe. We had reservations, thank the Lord. But so many people come in with no reservation. When we left, that poor hostess was standing there. It was like a mob scene around this girl. And she's like with her little, clipboard or whatever. And we couldn't believe it. And the manager there said, yeah, Valentine's is like their busiest night of the year.
Their busiest night.
And I just couldn't, I don't know why. That just didn't strike me as that. But anyway.
I guess the older we get and as the years go by, we put less importance of doing we like to go out to eat and celebrate an occasion.
A lot, yeah.
We do. We really enjoy that. But we don't have to do it on the day.
Yeah, it's not, yeah.
Like New Year's Eve, we blew that off. We went out on the day before New Year's Eve.
We always go out December 30th.
Yeah, we're blowing this off. We're going out 3 days
We're
before.
not blowing it off.
No, but I mean, we're blowing off the actual day.
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe Valentine's Day. Maybe we'll go to lunch somewhere nice or something. Go get some pho.
Yeah, maybe pho. But would be weird if we were like, it's December 7th. Let's open Christmas presents. I mean, I'm not saying let's do that, Well,
some people do that based on if they have like multiple families they have to appease.
Not that early.
It's a little early.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I understand that. But yeah, anyway. I don't know.
Just a PSA, if you haven't done your Valentine's, get it done because you're running really out of time.
Birthdays, they kind of get blown off now. We're like, I
just don't want to need
August,
anything.
August 3rd, 4th, 5th, whatever. I don't even know when your birthday is. We'll just do it on the 8th. How's that? I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. It's fine.
You think my birthday's on August 8th?
No, mine.
Oh. When's your birthday again? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I know what his birthday is.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
I had some letters, but we're going to save those till next time because I got a bunch of letters and we don't have time to do them. Maybe
I read just one?
Maybe I read just
Is there
one.
one that's burning a hole in your...
Let's see here.
Not that one?
Yeah.
Well, Sin did send this. If you want to ask about this thing she said, this segments, do you want to do that?
I think she already posted this.
Yeah, I didn't understand what was going on with that.
No, we asked on a podcast ago, like, are there some bits you want us to do that we haven't done in a while? And I think a lot of people wanted to do the Ask Allen Anything.
Okay.
So...
Well, let's do that.
That's fine. Just email me your questions at podcast@kellyandallen.com. I would ask that you ask questions that only put me in a positive light. Please. Let's see here, babe. How about...
You have gone through these... How many did you go through?
I was looking for a short one.
3, 4, 5. 5 deep.
The first letter is from Miranda. Subject, episode 14. Kellie is a good sport.
Oh my goodness. Going back to 14?
Hello, lovelies. I just finished all the episodes and decided to go back and start all over on this episode 14. You guys sang Dead or Alive, and I'm wondering if we can get an encore in an upcoming episode.
Ooh. I'm a cowboy. On a steel horse I ride. I'm wanted, dead or
alive. We need a guitar for tuning there.
No, because if we sing with music, you'll hear how off key we are.
Kellie said she was a good sport for doing it. She has a beautiful voice. And Allen, you played the guitar as well. Oh, you played the guitar so well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Thanks for keeping me company throughout the years. I love you so good, Miranda.
Thank you, Miranda.
Thank you, Miranda. Well, one of these
days.
days.
The last time we sang, it was so awful that we still haven't recovered.
I don't recall that.
Because I think it was.
I think there's a lot of dissension in the band.
Yeah, and I'm the dissension.
There's lots of dissension in the band.
I am an alto. And some of these songs that you sing so beautifully in the car when you can really belt it out. Then when you're in this little room and it's just you and your husband and he's got a guitar and you're supposed to hit this high note, but you have to hit it loud in order to hit it. It makes you a little self-conscious, just a little.
I don't know. Kellie talks about keys and can you play it in this key and that key?
I don't even know what key, just lower.
And then I asked Kellie, well, what key do you prefer?
Lower.
And then I can't get an answer on that
because I don't know.
So I'm like, I don't know, babe. I'm just gonna play the song.
I don't know what key I sing in. I just know I need it lower.
See, we can't even agree on
I'm
this.
Getting upset.
Right. I'm sorry. Yeah. That's why I'm like, I don't know. Find another guy to play the guitar. I'm out.
Wow.
All right, babe. You got anything else?
No, not on that note.
Yeah, we'll read some of these others next time.
Later.
Yes.
Yeah, send your questions to Allen for Ask Allen Anything. And if we get, one or two, we'll do that next podcast.
Here's where we do the gratuitous pitches for social media. Follow us on @A Sandwich and Some Lovin' on Instagram. We also have a Facebook for A Sandwich and Some Lovin'. You can find me @the Alonzo 1971 on the Instagram. There's where you can find a lot of my references to social media, and my anti-Cowboys rants are there. A lot of other stuff there too, but lately a lot of anti-Cowboys rants.
But on your bucket list, to-do list, whatever we're calling it list for this year, one of your goals was to get your YouTube channel at Moto Alonzo up to 1,000 followers.
Man, I tell you what, YouTube's tough. It's slow going.
But you have increased your numbers.
I have increased.
You have a little bit.
About a third of the way there.
You're about a third. You're a little bit more than a third of the way there. So if you are listening to this podcast and you would just take a minute to go to YouTube and look up @Moto Alonzo and just subscribe to his channel and help Allen reach his goal, I would be a very, very happy wife.
I'm starting to do this series, and I just did the first one. It's not a podcast, but basically it's me sitting in the Moto Alonzo garage, and I guess I'm doing a podcast format because I'm just talking about something motorcycle related. And the first episode I posted on the YouTube channel was and I talked about this on the podcast, my motorcycle bucket lists and resolutions. And what's the difference?
Mm-hmm.
So that was my first one. It's like 10 minutes, So I posted that. Been posting a lot of other videos, lots of shorts and stuff. So yeah, if you're curious, just go out there and give me a follow for fun. It's fun.
Look how much fun he's having.
Look, I mean,
are you gonna wear that hat?
Does this look like a guy who's having fun or what?
Are you gonna wear that hat?
I may wear this hat the rest of my life.
That could be your bit.
A hat is some guy's bits, like Tom Landry. His bit was a hat.
It's gonna be that hat, huh?
Well, it's either I wear it like this or I wear it like this.
Well, we're on a podcast, so people don't know what like this or this means.
Well, this would be more of the bank robber, I think. Where
you're hiding more of your defining features.
Yeah, you pull
your eyebrows.
Pull it down to your eyebrows, and then it covers your ears. I think that's more bank robber, right? There's a lot of ways you can wear a toboggan or a beanie.
Yeah, all right.
You can wear it fisherman. You can wear it bank robber.
Who knew it was so versatile?
There's a lot of different ways you can do it.
It's the forgotten wardrobe piece you didn't know you needed.
It is.
A staple.
It is.
All right, hun.
A lot of hat talk. A lot of Cowboys talk. But you know what? I'm not going to talk about it the rest. I'm not going to talk about this maybe ever again.
Oh, we'll see.
I'm ready to put this to bed.
We'll see. I thought you lopped it off a couple podcasts
ago. This is a toxic relationship. This is something that doesn't make me happy. It makes me angry. I find that I have to go out on social media and post about it when I read about it, what's happening.
Are you going to keep doing that though?
I don't know. I don't think so. But people seem to enjoy it because I get a lot of, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Or we were just talking, me and my husband or me and my wife were just talking about this. And why is it like this? And I don't know. I guess there's
a community.
I'm building a community.
Maybe you can get them to all go over and follow you at Moto Alonso.
Yeah, there's no bitching over there though. That's all fun stuff.
Oh. All right, honey.
All right, babe. Well, love you desperately.
I love you.
Love our listeners desperately.
Love y'all.
I love Chat GPT desperately.
It's very helpful today, wasn't it?
It's very helpful. I just don't want it to become self-aware. And I love my beanie desperately. And I am sure we will podcast again real soon. And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good when you have a good sandwich.